Monica Gray stepped out of the sleek black car and onto the cobblestone driveway of Sapphire Heights. It was the kind of place that whispered exclusivity from the moment you arrived. Grand fountains danced in the center of the circular entrance, framed by towering palm trees. Valets in crisp uniforms treated every guest as if they were royalty. Years ago, this level of luxury might have impressed Monica, but now it barely registered. As one of the wealthiest women in the world, she'd seen it all. Still, she appreciated the immaculate details, the way everything seemed to promise perfection. She adjusted her leather bag, her coiled hair catching the sunlight. Monica's natural coiled hair and radiant brown skin often made her stand out. And in places like this, it sometimes made people underestimate her. But Monica wasn't here to be underestimated. She was here to rest. As she entered the grand lobby, cool air greeted her. Polished marble floors gleamed under chandeliers, and plush couches invited guests to relax. The faint aroma of coffee and fresh flowers filled the air. Monica approached the front desk, where Simon, a young man with a pressed suit, typed at his computer. "Good evening," she said. "I have a reservation under Monica Gray." Simon paused, giving her a once-over. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but I don't see a reservation under that name." Monica blinked but stayed composed. "That can't be right. My assistant booked it weeks ago. Could you check again?" Simon sighed, clicking slowly. "Nothing for Gray. Could it be under another name?" "Try Jasmine Peterson," Monica said, her voice steady. Simon gave another exaggerated sigh. "Nope, nothing under Peterson either." Monica felt a flicker of frustration but kept her cool. This wasn't about a mistake. This was something else, something uglier. Straightening her shoulders, she asked, "May I speak to the manager?" Simon hesitated before calling. His polite tone on the phone contrasted with the disinterest he'd shown Monica. Moments later, Claire, a woman in a sharp suit, approached with a tight smile. "Good evening, ma'am," Claire said. "How can I assist you?" Monica explained the situation, her tone even. Claire glanced at Simon, who shrugged. "I'm sorry, but we don't have a record of your reservation," Claire said. "Unfortunately, we're fully booked." Monica raised an eyebrow. "Fully booked? That seems unlikely for a hotel this size." Claire's smile faltered briefly. "We've had to be more selective with our clientele due to past issues." The implication stung. Monica kept her voice steady. "I understand. Thank you for your time." She turned and walked out, the cool evening air hitting her face. This wasn't a mistake or bad service. It was a deliberate dismissal, a reminder of the barriers she had fought to overcome. But Monica Gray was not the kind of woman to let such things slide. Monica stepped into the back seat of her car, her calm demeanor masking the anger simmering beneath the surface. Her driver, Henry, glanced at her through the rearview mirror. "Everything all right, Ms. Gray?" Monica sighed. "Just take me home, Henry." As the car pulled away from Sapphire Heights, Monica gazed out of the window, the city lights blurring into streaks of gold. The humiliation lingered in her chest, but it wasn't the first time she'd faced such treatment. From her early days climbing to the top, she had learned to recognize the subtle ways people underestimated her. But tonight wasn't just another slight. This felt personal. Why do they think they can decide who belongs and who doesn't, she wondered. Her phone buzzed. It was Jasmine asking if everything had gone smoothly. Monica smirked before typing back, "Ran into an issue, but I'll handle it." By the time Henry pulled up to her penthouse, Monica's resolve had crystallized. She wasn't going to let this go. The next morning, Monica sat at her desk, flipping open her laptop. If Sapphire Heights didn't think she belonged, she'd make sure they realized how wrong they were. Her first call was to Arthur, her lead attorney. "Arthur," Monica began, "I'm interested in acquiring Sapphire Heights. Can you look into its financial standing?" Arthur hesitated. "You want to buy the hotel? Why?" "They made it clear they don't think people like me belong there. I want to change that." Arthur chuckled. "Understood. If they're struggling, this might be easier than you think." Later, Jasmine joined Monica in her penthouse. "The hotel is owned by a luxury group," she said, scanning her tablet. "But Sapphire Heights is underperforming. Low occupancy rates and guest complaints have hurt their reputation." Monica raised an eyebrow. "Complaints? Reports of discriminatory practices. Nothing major has gone public, but it's enough to hurt their image." "Perfect," Monica said, smiling. "That gives us leverage." By week's end, Arthur confirmed Sapphire Heights was struggling. Its parent company wanted to offload it. The negotiation was held in a sleek conference room. David, one of the senior executives, maintained a confident front, but Monica saw through it. "We're open to discussions," David said. "But Sapphire Heights is prestigious. It won't come cheap." Monica met his gaze. "Prestigious doesn't mean profitable. Occupancy is down, satisfaction is low, and the hotel is bleeding money. My offer reflects its value today." David hesitated. "We'll need time to consider." "Take all the time you need," Monica replied, standing to leave. "But my offer won't stay on the table forever." As Monica walked out, she knew the deal was as good as done. Monica sat at her desk reviewing the email from Arthur confirming the official offer to Sapphire Heights. This wasn't just about owning another property, it was personal. Her phone buzzed. "Arthur's team heard back from legal," Jasmine said. "They want to expedite. Looks like they're eager to close." Monica smirked. Desperation looks good on them, she thought. "Schedule a meeting for tomorrow. Let's finalize this." The next day, Monica entered the conference room confidently. Across the table sat David, visibly less composed. His small talk didn't faze her. She came to close the deal. "We've reviewed your offer," David began. "While it's below what we hoped, we're prepared to accept, on one condition." "What would that be?" Monica asked. "Keep the current management during the transition," he said. Monica's expression didn't waver. "Keep the very people who perpetuated the problem?" "Absolutely not." She leaned forward. "I understand continuity, but I have my own vision." By the end of the meeting, the deal was sealed. As her car pulled away, Monica allowed herself a small smile. This was just the beginning. On the day Monica officially took ownership, she arrived at Sapphire Heights with Marcus and Jacqueline, her new team. Walking into the lobby, she felt the weight of the moment. The marble floors that once symbolized exclusion now represented possibility. Bradley, the front desk manager, stood stiffly, avoiding her gaze. Monica addressed the room. "Good morning, everyone. I'm Monica Gray, the new owner of Sapphire Heights. Today begins a new chapter, not just for this hotel, but for all of us." She paused. "This hotel will no longer be a space where people are judged by how they look or where they come from. It will be a place of inclusivity, excellence, and opportunity." Later, Monica gathered the staff in the ballroom. "Change isn't easy," she began, "but I didn't come here to disrupt for the sake of it. I came to build something better, and I want you all to be part of that." She continued, "This is about creating a space where everyone, guests and staff alike, feels valued. But that means we all have to do the work. If you're willing to embrace this vision, I'll support you." Her speech ended with a clear message. Those who stayed had to align with the hotel's new direction. The room was silent, then applause grew louder. Monica felt a swell of pride. In the following weeks, Monica and her team implemented sweeping changes. Bradley resigned quietly, while others embraced the new ethos. Sapphire Heights transformed, not just in policy but in atmosphere. Guests noticed the warmth and inclusivity. Reviews praised the hotel, with one guest noting, "This isn't just a hotel anymore, it's a statement." Monica read that review late one night, smiling. Sapphire Heights wasn't just hers. It was a beacon of what was possible when someone dared to challenge the status quo. Do you think Monica was right to replace the old management team? Or should she have worked harder to integrate them? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.